Yeah.
And then the most beautiful landscaping. She's got like tier, her house, and then there's tier of flowers, just row of flowers, beautifully landscaped.
Wow.
Flowers, like a steps,
Yeah. Huh.
tier of it, and then she's got a nice big steps that goes to her house, and then on this side is a nice big pen, and for some reason she loves those white rabbits,
Oh, really?
and they're really
Had a lot of
pretty.
white rabbits?
Uh-huh.
Huh. Now this is your
As a pet.
uncle's grandparents or uncle's
Mother.
parents
Mother.
or your aunt's? Well, it wouldn't have been your aunt's parents.
My aunt's mother-in-law.
Yeah, mother-in-law. I see. And there was and they had a lot of servants. Yeah,
Yeah, so
cooks and
she got cook. I guess she has somebody that cares for the
house.
flowers,
Yeah. Oh,
outside.
the landscaping. Yeah.
Yeah, because every time a bus comes, or her house is so admired by people passing by.
Wow. How far
because
was
of
it?
all the beautiful plants.
How far was it from your uncle's house? I mean, was it down the street or was
No, it's far.
it? So it wasn't up on the hill where the president of B.F.
No,
Goodrich
it's
was.
in a different city.
Oh, different city, complete.
Yeah.
How would you get there? Just big car or
Car or bus? I
bus?
think.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Huh.
I don't
You went several times though.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
and this buffalo that was pulling a carriage. What kind of carriage was it? Was it a like on wheels? Like
Yeah, it's
yeah.
got wheels. It's got wheels on both sides, and then like a cart.
Yeah.
And then we ride in it.
Just the kids?
Ride in it, yeah.
Just the girls. Yeah.
Girls, and then they use it for transporting coconuts or whatever.
Oh yeah.
But we sit on it. We just ride in it, and
Who would
they'll give it right.
Who would steer it?
The worker.
Oh, workers. Okay.
Yeah.
You didn't do it yourself.
No,
Did they have horses?
no, just caribou.
So you couldn't ride. You'd think.
All water buffaloes.
You'd think they would have.
Because the water buffaloes are the one that does the hard work.
Yeah. Till the fields or something.
Yeah, and it's like having a cart.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Exactly. So that was pretty nice. That was.
Yeah, it was a fun experience for sure.
Yeah. But they weren't on the beach though, huh?
No.
No.
My grandmother, at one time when I had all that banana,
Yeah.
she lives near the beach.
Oh, so that.
Her backyard was water.
So you didn't go to the beach? Did you go to the beach every day and stuff? I mean, swim or anything? Or go in the water?
I don't remember. I don't think every day, but later on, there's the point that my aunt, when there's like a civil war,
Yeah.
with the Muslims. So we have to go to another town, but my uncle has to stay at B.F. Goodrich. But me and the girls and my aunt has to go to another city, and I guess they paid for it. And that's the house, and this is the beach.
Oh, that close.
That was fun also.
Now that was whose house?
Don't know.
I mean, it was your uncle. You said it was your uncle.
I think the B.F. Goodrich paid for it
Oh.
for us for accommodation.
I
because
see.
we have to get out to that town because they're having Muslims problem.
Oh,
Like a little war.
wow. Terrible.
But
Interesting.
he has to stay to work over there.
Yeah. Now, back to your mother. So when you got the letter, your grandmother showed you the letter. Said your mother's letter said that you could come after you graduated from high school, after you graduated from grade school, if you had good grades and what else?
Just good grades.
Just good grades and stuff. And so you said, "Oh, good. I want to do that."
Yeah, I was excited. I said, "Oh,
Really?
Gotta get out of here.
Even though you'd never met her,
Right.
never met your mother.
But then it was another one more year before I got to see her. So I stayed in my other aunt's
Oh.
house for 1 year and went first year high school over there in Jensen.
Oh, oh, you because there was no high school near your uncle's place.
There is, but I think I I was I was I maybe told my grandmother I wanna go with her.
Oh, go with her.
Yeah, she was living with at that time. I think she was ready to leave her ranch because it was too much, and the Muslim is taking over some lands. You know, they just take over people's land.
Oh.
So she has to go to Jensen to live with the youngest
Son.
sister
Oh.
of my mom.
Yeah.
That died. That she was.
Yeah. So your grandmother moved back in with her youngest daughter, or moved in with her
Yeah.
youngest daughter,
Yeah, she had a house.
and that was in General Santos.
Yeah, she has a house.
And so you decided to move in with them,
Yeah. So
back in with her.
Yeah, until my mom's ready for me.
Right. Why wasn't she ready by the time school was
I
out?
don't know. I didn't ask
Oh.
my grandmother.
And so
But
you,
that was one step.
yeah, closer.
Oh, yeah.
So you spent the first year of high school at with your grandmother and your youngest aunt, and went to school there, waiting for your mother to let you come to her place. So then, when that first year was over, she said, "Okay, you can come,"
Yeah.
and you did.
Yeah, I was 16.
And they took you there. Who took you there?
My grandma.
She drove you there or something?
No, you can only go by boat. I mean, she.
Oh, boat, yeah.
The big, like a cruise ship
Oh, yeah.
or airplane.
Oh, yeah. And you didn't fly, so you went in a boat.
I don't think she was. I think she was scared of flying. So
Yeah.
we went
So you took is a 3-day cruise to get to the other island?
to get to Manila
Really?
from Mindanao.
Oh, you had to go back. She was in Manila. Okay, from Mindanao, yeah. Huh. And so when you got there, your mother was living by herself, I presume?
Yeah, with Michael. No, she was with Michael.
Oh, Michael. Oh, Michael was already born?
Yeah.
Oh, and
She was.
and what's his name? Curtis?
Curtis was on it. He wasn't there. He was in the ship.
Oh. But she had already married to him and had the first kid. How old was Michael? Just a baby?
Michael was maybe 5.
Oh, so he was already 5 years old.
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting. So I'm thinking what might have happened is Curtis might have said, "Hey, you know, you should bring your niece or you should bring your daughter with you."
Well, I don't think he knows at that time.
Well, she would have had to get his permission to bring you over.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, that's a good question.
I don't think she'd just all of a sudden bring your.
That's a good question.
Yeah, I'm sure because I'm just thinking the timing is interesting. The baby had been born. Michael was probably 2 or 3 years old when she sent the letter to your grandmother, saying Rowena can come.
Yeah.
And my guess is it's because they'd had Mike, and Curtis probably found out about you somehow and said, "Well, she ought to, you should bring her here."
Yeah.
So then she sent the letter
But she introduced me to him
to.
to Curtis as her niece.
Oh, she did?
Yeah, she said when he arrived, my mom called me in the living room and says, "Rowena, I want you to meet Curtis. Curtis, this is Rowena,
My niece.
my niece, I think." But all I remember is she introduced me to her friends as her niece.
And what did you say when she did that? When you knew better?
I was just
Didn't you
hurt.
ask her why she said that?
No, I was hurt. I didn't ask question, but I was hurt about it. But then, oh, because I know everybody told me she's my mom, you know.
Right. Well, she told you she was your mom. I mean, didn't your grandmother tell you that was your mother? Yeah. So you knew that was your mother. So why didn't you ask her, what are you talking about?
Because I just, maybe because how I brought up, you
Yeah.
don't talk.
Don't question you.
Yeah, you don't talk
Well,
back or something
yeah.
like that.
Well, that's...
But then, and then when when we were in Subic Bay, because Curtis got stationed there.
Yeah.
After he's on the ship, and then he got stationed in Subic Bay, and then I got the gums until I was brave that enough to say I'm gonna prove to her that I'm her daughter. So I went and obtained my
Right, your birth certificate, yeah.
in Manila, where I don't know how I found out where I was born. Well, I think because I had my mom or my grandmother's
Passport?
or my
Or-
aunts and my grandmother, maybe they said I was born in Quezon City. So Quezon City, how I'm gonna get my birth certificate. I guess I asked questions.
Yeah.
And then I think I hired somebody.
Huh? Where'd
to
you get the
help.
money to do that?
I don't know. I don't think it was very much.
Yeah.
And I said I want to get my birth certificate in Manila.
Yeah.
In Quezon City.
Yeah, Quezon City.
I want to prove to her that I'm not her niece.
Right.
So when I got it, and I went to her room, she was lying down, and I said, look, I got birth certificate, my birth certificate, and it says you're my mother. And
So
then I turned around.
And what'd she say when you did that?
She said, you better not tell everybody. She scolded me not to, because I told a couple of her friends that I'm not her niece.
Right.
I'm her daughter.
Right.
And so my mom scolded me. She said, now they think I'm a liar.
Well, she was a liar. Sorry.
Now they think my friends are...
You mean they know she's a liar now?
Yeah.
Yeah, not think.
Now,
They know.
now they think my friends are a liar. You're telling them that you're my daughter.
Right.
And then I think that's that point that I needed to prove to her with the birth certificate in writing that, I wasn't lying.
Right, of course.
I'm telling,
Sure. Well, I think it's.
So I was just ill about, that's why at that time I said, well, she's not really my mother.
Right,
my
right.
mother is the one that raised me.
Of course, yeah. And she didn't want to be your mother, obviously, so,
Yeah.
I mean, Teddy.
Until just, maybe she realized when she's in Florida.
Oh, yeah.
Later on, as she got older, she realized, and then she's become more warmed.
Well, there's no point in denying it because everyone knew it by that time. Curtis knew then, right? Or how did he find out?
Yeah, I think by the way my mom treated me, because he said to me, we had a long talk. I ran away once because I can't stand her. So I went to a friend's house.
Oh, yeah.
And my Kurt came pick me up, and then he talked to me in the parking lot for like hours and telling me stuff. And he said, I know you're not her niece. I guess even though my mom
Told him that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the whole thing
So
is.
he said the way she's treating you, I know you're her daughter, and
Yeah.
blah blah blah, and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
He must have been pretty ticked at her. I mean, he must have been pretty disappointed in her.
But she's the bossy one.
Oh, really?
She's
Yeah, that's.
when she yells at her, and
Yells at him.
I mean yells at him. He's the nicest guy.
Yeah.
He's just
He's the Jim and Jan kind of.
"Oh, Okay, okay, Teddy, Ted, you know.
So he's the Jim and she's the Jan, sort of a thing. Yeah, so it's clear, I think, to me what was going on. She didn't want him to know originally that she had a daughter. As simple as that. She wanted him to think.
She didn't want to admit, or that she got pregnant at 23 years old.
Yeah.
Had me at 23, maybe. I guess they weren't married because.
Right,
I
I'm
don't
pretty
know
sure
how-
they weren't. Yeah, because you don't have divorce. The divorce wasn't
He's
really.
10 years older than her.
Yeah. Plus, they didn't really have divorce and all that.
Right. She cannot remarry in the Philippines
Right.
because in Catholic there's no divorce.
Right. So I think that's what happened, is that she had you and didn't want to admit it to anybody, and simple as that. So she shipped you off to hide you, and then.
No, yeah, that's what my grandmother said, because, well, first thing, she doesn't want my dad to have me, so she
Right.
slapped me
Right.
in the middle of the night and
Yeah.
took me to my grandmother. That's, I don't know, maybe if she ride the big ship, because it takes 3 days to get to where my grandmother is, or she took the plane.
Right.
However, she did, and she wanna keep me instead of my dad,
Right.
because then
Keep you away from him.
it would be a different lifestyle I will have,
Yeah. She wanted to keep you away from him, and then she wanted to keep everyone else from knowing that she had you. Too.
Yeah, her friends,
Yeah.
but her family, the entire family knows that I'm her kid.
Yeah.
I mean, all her siblings.
Yeah. They all knew.
Yeah.
Yeah. And obviously your grandmother knew.
Of course,
Yeah.
because she will not just show up says,
No,
oh,
I've got
here's-
this kid.
I have this kid. What are you gonna do with her?
Yeah, right.
I found her in some street in
Yeah.
Manila.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So it was a combination of things keeping you away from your father, either for your own protection or to spite against him, or maybe because he was dangerous. Who knows? None of that. We don't know any of that.
Supposedly, as I heard, that he's
Alcoholic.
alcoholic and very possessive.
But who told you that?
My
Your mother?
grandmother.
Oh, your grandmother. So you're
Maybe that's what my mother said to my grandmother.
right. That's probably
so
true.
whatever my
Yeah, 'cause your
mother
grandmother
said story about
Right.
him,
Yeah.
and then that's
She repeated it to you.
right. That's
Because your
what
grandmother
we
would have
believe.
never met him, right?
No.
Because they're on a different island and everything, right?
Yeah, he was from Quezon City,
And your grandmother lived where?
Mindanao.
Mindanao.
That's the third island.
Yeah. So, so your grandmother would have never really met him or even known anything about him.
No one.
No one did, yeah.
No one did.
Why was your mother all the way on a different island from your mother, grandmother?
I guess after her dad died.
After your grandfather died?
Yeah, from car accident. He was only in his 40s.
Oh, yeah.
So he wanted to go to college. She wanted to go to college, and she wanna go
Oh.
in the big city.
Oh, Mindanao, huh?
Yeah, she picked Manila.
Oh, Manila, yeah. Yeah.
So she went to college over there. I guess my grandmother paid for some of it.
Yeah. And then, but your grandmother stayed on Mindanao, right? Yeah, Mindanao, right. Huh, I see. So she wanted to go to college, so she went to Manila for that, and then she met him, and that's it.
Yeah, but she can also go to college.
On Mindanao? Oh, yeah.
There's college everywhere.
Maybe it's a better college, and
I guess she just wanna, say, fly the coop.
yeah, right. Well, nothing wrong with that.
No.
But that pretty much, yeah, that's interesting. Well, good story. More stuff